Hello and welcome back to A Foreigner and Family in the Philippines. And I'm back over here where we had some mahogany. This was already kind of just a row of border trees, and their spacing is way off. Some of them are like a meter apart, and it's just way too tight. But we had this little gap from the fence to the mahogany. So I am throwing, since we had the extra mahogany trees from when we planted. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm going to go up to the front here in a minute and show the border trees that we did for the front there with the mahogany. But this is, we had some mahogany trees left over here, and we had this kind of row to fill in. And later on, after the rainy season, because I need to focus on getting as many bananas as I can into the ground at the start of this rainy season here. So I'll come back here after that and then thin some of these out and prune with a ladder, see if I can straighten some of these up. So, but that's a mahogany seedling that we just planted back here. And we got going kind of quick on this because this was just a short little row, and with the extra mahogany, so we just kind of cleared out around here. 2 meters back from the fence. I would like for the next row to be 4 meters, but it's way off. But there's nothing. Well, there is something. I'm going to thin it out. That's what I'm going to do about it. And this is Don Toy here. He's planting the mahogany seedlings here, and we'll come back and water after we finish getting them planted. And probably an hour ago, I just did the sticks for these, and you can see the hole. This hole has some of our potting mix already in there with the Ete lime, the 1414, some Pordan. I think that's everything, because that's all we're using on this. And we use some of the soil from the creek bed to kind of mix it in. And there are some weeds here, some vine weeds. But this area is fairly clear because I had come back here with the mower before, but they're making a little rebound. And with the rainy season, they'll really hit it hard, especially those viney weeds. So Odong is just clearing some of those weeds. Gives these mahogany the best chance of survival. I just came through here with the stick. I had cleared a lot of these little mahogany trees. I was going to try and salvage some of them. Like I left a couple here at the front of this row, so we may not, that didn't even need to really plant there because of it. I was thinking about trying to squeeze some of the extras too that we have since we're doing this, but that one will probably be eliminated. Okay. This was right in the row, but it was close to this one, but I ended up just going ahead and leaving that one. And 2 meters back from the fence, 6 meters apart. And then ideally the next row would be back over here, would be 4 meters behind the new ones. row ends. I ended up leaving that one. And 2 meters back from each side of the fence. I left one in the corner. And then going on down the line over here, we've just went ahead and put one up on the next row. But this going down will be some other type of border tree. I'm not sure if I can get some pine seedlings, but I've seen them around here, and I would be interested in having a little row of pine. Be good to have some pine needles. And then past that a little further down, I was considering that Nara and the Malave. I know I can get the Malave, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of rethinking that Nara one. And I'll go ahead and show the mahogany border trees that we did in the front. So I'm back up here at the front where we're doing the mahogany border trees, and it's a little windy, so I had to take refuge here under the bamboo, so it's not too windy on the mic. I hope that means rain. We could definitely use it. We had actually kind of did a little burn here to clear up some of this bamboo, but then because we needed some more scaffolding in the well, we'd cut some more down. So that's why this new stuff is here. And then we got it kind of laid in here, so it'll be easy to take care of next time, because we had some issues where we were just making messes with the bamboo, and that can be a big issue, because then when the rainy season comes, or when it's just, which is a lot of the time, those weeds grow right up in it, and then it ends up making a tangled mess. And I know it looks like this bamboo has been murdered with that fire, but it actually just kind of cleans up the area around here. Those will come right back. But here we did, if you see the sticks, we did the 4x6 spacing, 2 rows back from the fence, and then 4 rows back for the second row, 4 rows back for the third row, with the center row being offset, so that way it provides a little more of a block. And on the other side of the fence, we're holding off on that area because we're going to do a corn planting. And behind that there is, it was kind of a failed rice crop, but there was some harvested. I have to see what the situation is with that. But that makes a challenge going across that portion of the property with the border trees a little bit of an issue, because if then that area fills up with water, it'll probably end up killing the trees. I'd like some kind of water species that's native but not endemic or anything. And ideally, it'd be funny to plant some, because I'm from Florida, some cypress trees over there. But yeah, I have not seen any cypress trees over here. This is some rice straw from the last corn planting. It was a huge mound. It's kind of broken down quite a bit. And I'm planning on using this back where we planted the 3 rows of border trees in the back on the teak where there's some rough terrain. Going ahead and using that as a mulch around those, because I know they pose a challenge getting over to the weed, and that would help with the weed issue there, because I have a feeling I just don't want to lose them, and it would be tough to replant that area. It was because there was almost a really strong slope, almost a hard edge, and it was nice for these mahogany trees over here along this front border to be able to squeeze them in, all 3, even though I get a couple that are down there in the creek a little bit, but I was able to get all 3 on that side, which is great, because then I can plant something that does well with the water here. I think I've got enough durian. I do like the mangosteen, although I have that other area of mangosteen, so I'm trying to think of something else. I don't have any citrus. I know that I didn't necessarily want them to potential for waterlog down here, but something that can handle the water. I'm considering Dalandan. I would love a sweet orange if I could find one here in the Philippines. I think the closest thing is a Dalandan that I can get my hands on that I know of. I would say maybe some calamansies, but I think over by the well on the two sides of that little dry creek bed, we're going to do the calamansi. But so then the 3 border trees go along the fence there, over just past the bamboo, and then up along that line there. And I'm actually going to head over there right now. Okay, so I made it to the top from that little front area down there. And I'm not sure, the camera doesn't seem to be focusing in there. And then it kind of came up to this corner, little adjustment. And this is, see the blue sticks just across the little pathway there. And those are the avocados, which I have going about halfway there because I want to do a little food forest around the house. And I didn't get quite as many avocados as I would have liked. Thinking about maybe doing some that actually go down this area, but I don't want to take up the space. And I forgot to mention it while I was down there, that is the potential for additional crop blocks on that side, because that's an area that I don't have too much slope. Let's see, working on a well there. And I had mentioned that we are looking at, I'd like to squeeze in like 2 crop blocks right about there. And it looks like there's potential on this side for possibly 3 crop blocks. But I need to make sure that I just want to focus on the 2 and see if I can get those going before I go jumping on anything else. But I could still get extend that row of avocados down there. We can get, and I left this area. I had that plan I had showed before, and I've even talked about what I'm planting along this particular, like this area going back. But in the front, I did leave this area open because the folks that are going to plant the corn are going on that side over there, and in the back over there. So I left this open in case we finish the area I want to focus on with the fruit trees. We can hit this one, and there's one other little spot in the back as well to do something like that. And this is the border trees going down this, and this line may be it's either the longest straight line, maybe the second. I think it's the longest line, but it goes pretty far back. So we got the mahogany trees over here. I just realized how heavy this wind is going. And then my neighbors here, they have these really nice bamboo trees here. So I did have to adjust a little bit to make sure I stay back from the line. And it's kind of similar. I know that they've planted some bananas over here, and that's my plan. They have bananas there. I'm actually planning on well, I've got the 3 rows of border trees here, then the 2 rows of avocado, but then after that it'll be the banana cacao. And again, the cacao is not going in this year. It'll just be the banana. But this kind of gives me a gauge. I mean, I saw that banana, and it was a pretty dry season here. There were some showers here and there, and these bananas are not producing yet, and they had been planted. I'd say they're over a year old, and they're looking rough right now. They need this rain, and right now we're on the verge of the rainy season. So it'll be interesting to see how those bananas rebound, and it looks like they're going to survive, which is good. I need mine to survive, but I was hoping to start producing bananas within 7 to 9 months. I need the income, and it looks like I've got a little bit longer to wait. I do see one bunch over there that has some on it, and I can't even tell where I'm focused on this, but that's a good sign, so I'll leave it at that. that's all for now. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.